Okay, in this video we'll be talking about methods to solve. No, I'm not making you solve all the equations, okay? So here's the method, okay? Alright, what you need to do is list what you have for x's. You got x to the second and x to the first, okay? That's right there. Alright, so with that being said, if I have more than one kind of x, which I do, I write F for factoring, and then I count the terms I have. 1, 2, 3, so write GCF T. Okay? Okay, the next problem. I have x to the third, x to the second, x. That's more than one, so count the terms. 1, 2, so put F for factoring. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4. So you need to write grouping and DOPS, okay? All right, next one, you got x to the second and x. So that's another F problem. Most of them are F problems, but there's one every now and then that's not, which is on this assignment, okay? Okay, now count the terms. If it's F, 1, 2, 3, that's GCF T. Okay, here I've got x to the second and x. That's an F problem. There's two terms. That'd be GCF and DOPS. Okay, here I've got x squared, and if you only have one, write only. Okay, so with only, what I want you to do is simply box the x and write isolate. Anytime there's only one, isolate. Okay, x squared and x to the first is in here, so that's factoring. Now the terms, we got 1, 2, 3. That would be GCF and T. Okay, x to the second is here, and x is there. So there's 3 terms, and that's an F problem, factoring. And that would be the GCF and T. You don't need to draw the boxes, just write what they are. X to the second and x, so that's factoring. There's 2 terms, so it would be GCF and DOPS. Okay, x to the second and x, so I'm going to have to make my if I had to solve it, I'd make my boxes, but what would the boxes be? We'll count the terms. There's 3, so GCF T. X third, x second, x, so there's more than one, that's an F. So there's 3 terms, and you don't count the 0, okay? So that would be the GCF and T. Okay. Now, you got x squared, you got x. How many terms? Now, I know you know there's 2, but you really don't know for sure till you get 0 over here, because that's an F problem. So minus 18x goes here. So 3x squared minus 18x equals 0. Yeah, now there's 2, okay? So GCF, DOPS. Here we got x to the second and x, so that's a factoring problem. And how many terms? Because your 0's there, so you can count the terms. GCF, T. Okay, here's another one of those where we have x squared only. So box up the x squared and write isolate. That means I'd minus the 6 and then square root. Okay, I've got x squared. I've got x, so that's an F problem, so you got to have your 0. So that would go in reject land. 1x to the second plus 6x minus 55 equals 0. So now I know there are 3 terms for sure, and that would be the GCF and T. Okay, right here, x second, x, so that's a factoring problem. And the 0's here, so there's 3 terms, that's the GCF and T. Okay, here on this one I've got x third, x second, x, so that's a factoring, and the zeros here, and now I just count the terms for it. There's 4. Grouping, 4 terms we really worry about a GCF in this class, and DOPS.